Hello and welcome to session 10 of Year 5 Maths with me, Mrs. Furby. This is our last session on place value. So this is the last session in our current unit of videos, and it's a little bit sad, but I've really enjoyed working with you and I'm really looking forward to our last session today. So today, the last one today, we are doing Roman numerals. Very exciting, so let's get warmed up. So we are going to start off today with a countdown warm-up. For any of you that haven't played this before, using just the cards you're given, you've got to make the target number. You can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. You can only use each digit once. So 183, okay? Give yourself a pause on the video and give yourself a go. And then when you're ready to unpause, we'll go through it together. So this is how I would make 183 with this one. You might have a more efficient method, you might find another way, that's fine. So the first thing I would do is 8 times 10. Okay, so I've used the 8 and I've used the 10, which equals 80. I'd then add 80 and 100, which makes 180. I'd then do 7, take away 4, which equals 3. And I'd add the 180 and the 3, which gives you 183. That's just my way of doing it. I bet you come up with lots of different ways of doing it yourself. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, so the target number is 410. Freeze the video, and when you're ready to go through it, unfreeze. Okay, so to get to 410, right, this one's slightly more complicated, which is why I've written my answer down, because I knew that I might forget it. So I do 100 plus 25, which is 125. I do 7 times 5, which is 35. I do 7 take away 4, which is 3. And I now do 3 times 125, which is 375. And then I'd add that with 35, and I get 410. Oh, so many steps. Did you find a better way? Did you get close? Doesn't matter if you got to like 415 or 400. How close did you get? Great work. Right, Roman numerals. So what you will need today is a pencil or a pen and some paper. I've also put this on this screen, and I've put it on a couple of others just in case as well, just in case you need to remind yourself of what they are. Okay, so let's just go through what Roman numerals are to begin with. There are so many different agreed ways to show numbers. It's like language. You might speak English, you might speak Spanish, you might speak Mandarin, you might speak French, you might speak Punjabi. There are all sorts of different languages that people speak. And the same goes for numbers. We can show numbers in lots of different ways. So we use the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in digits, which is the top one, but other people use others. So there's on the screen, I can show you 0 to 9 or 0 to 10 in lots of different ways of showing it. Okay. So we use what's called the Hindu Arabic system, which are these digits here. Okay, and they're all what we recognize. But in other places, we use other number systems. So we've got the Chinese number system. Got the Mayan number system, which is all dots and lines, which is quite cool. And then we've got the Roman numeral system, which has been around since the Roman times. For your history lessons, you know, we're talking thousands of years, a couple of thousand years. And so it's a different way of looking at numbers. It's a different pattern, and it's to help you understand. And some of you might be going, why do I need to know this? Well, it's to help you understand that when we are looking at numbers, we agree that that's what that number looks like. And the value of the number doesn't change. So if you put 8 things together, there'll always be 8 things, but it's the symbol that you use. So it might be that you agree that a smiley face, and if everybody agreed that a smiley face was worth 10, then everybody would know that was worth 10, and it becomes an agreed number numeral value. So the Roman numerals originated in ancient Rome. It was used in Europe until the late Middle Ages, so until like the year 1200-ish. And Roman numerals are based on 7 symbols. We've got an I, a V, an X, an L, a C, a D, and an M. And all of these symbols combined make different numbers. Okay, so today, Roman numerals aren't used as often as they were, but they are used, and you probably don't even realise, you probably see them every single day. So there are clocks that have Roman numerals. We show the order of the kings. So when we say Henry VIII, we don't write, get the pen working. What is working, is it? We don't write Henry VIII like that. We write Henry VIII like that in Roman numerals. To show the year of the Olympic Games, we often show in Roman numerals. So London 2012 would have been MMX II, not 2012, don't know. And then also at the end of most television programs, if you look for it, doesn't matter what the channel is, it will say the year in a Roman numeral. And it's normally the very, very last bit. So have a look at that next time you watch telly and see if you can spot it at the end of the credits. So if we look at what we've got in front of us, these are the numbers 1 to 10. So 1 is very simply 1. And then we go up into the 5s and we get to V. X is 10, L is 50, C is 100, and D is 500. Now, you probably have seen some of these before. Roman numerals are not new to year 5. It's in the year 4 and the year 3 curriculum as well. So you might have seen some of these, but you might not have done. But very, very simply, that's 1. Okay, and then we put 2 of them together, makes 2. Very straightforward. 3 of them together is 3. But we don't do this. No, we say that we're 1 before 5. So that means we've got one number before the 5, which equals 4. V on its own equals 5. And then 6 is 1 after the 5. You see the pattern? So the next pattern would be 2 after 5. So 5 plus 2, which equals 7. And then we go to the pattern, we do 3 after 5, gives us 8. And then we're 1 before the 10 again. So for 9, it becomes IX because X equals 10. Okay, and it's just one of those things you have to get in your head. It takes a little bit of time to get used to it, but once you've got used to it, pattern follows the same pattern all the way through for every number. So let's have a go at completing the table. We're going to do a couple together and then I'm going to let you finish it. Okay, yeah, let's do this together. So XX, we can finish, see the pattern above it, 20. 30, X, X, X. 40, 50, so 50 here we've got the L, okay. So 60 is L and 110, LX. 70 is LXX. 80, LXXX. And now we're one group of 10 for 90 before 100, which is C, so it's XC, 1 before. Okay, so we've got the 100 here. You see the pattern, 300 is 3 Cs, 200 is going to be 2 Cs. Now 400, we get to the whole process again. So we know that 500 is D. So it's 100 before D, so it's CD. And then we've got D, then DC for 600, DCC for 700, DCCC for 800, and then we're 100 before M, which is 1000. So we go CM. It's a pattern. And once you understand the pattern and how the pattern works, it becomes straightforward. So you might need to go back and look at that a couple of times. You might need to practice that a couple of times. You've got to get that pattern in your head about going 1, 2, 3, the one before the next one, and then we move on. Okay, have a look. So let's work out what 120 would be. Okay, so 100 we know is C, and 20 is XX. Done. 456, well, we know that 400 is CD. We know that 50 is L. Where's my pen gone? I've lost my pen. Oh, there it is. Whew. Okay, get rid of that. Let's get my eraser going. Honestly, technology in me, sometimes I'm brilliant with it and sometimes I get really confused. Probably the same with most people, isn't it, really? Okay. There we go. So we know that CD is 400. Okay. We know that 50 is L. And we know that 6 is V and I. So suddenly we've got 3 that becomes quite complicated. And there are some which have lots and lots and lots of Roman numerals. So let's look at this next one. So C, D, L, V, I is 456. 989. So we know that 900 is CM. We know that 80 is LXXX, and we know that 9 is IX. Whew. So we can partition that up. If we imagine that we're partitioning this number into 900 plus 80 plus 9, that's exactly what we've done here. 900 plus 80 plus 9. 900 plus 80 plus 9. Okay, and by sectioning them up, that's how we get to the number. So it can look a bit scary, but it's not when you can partition it up like that. Okay, have a go. Which ones do you think have been written correctly and which do you think are incorrect? And if you spot a mistake, write correct Roman numeral underneath it. Use the chart in the corner, use the top bit to help you. You've got 1 to 10, then the 10 numbers, then the hundreds. Off you go. Okay, hope you've had a chance to answer those questions. Let's go through it together. So, CCCXII, okay, we can split this up. CCC, 300, X is 10, II, 312. So that one was correct. 75, L is 50, XX, LXX is 70, V is 5. That is correct. This one, we did a mistake somewhere. So let's have a look and check we've got it right. So we want 900, which is CN, 90, which is XC, and then we want 2, which is II. So what this person did here was did 4 X's here to show 90 rather than going 1 before. VC for 95, well, V isn't 90. What was 90? XC. Okay, so that's 5 less than 100. 95, which is V. Okay, and then this last one here, 156. We know that 100 is C. We know that 50 is L, and we know that 6 is VI. Okay, well done if you managed to work those out. So, what year is shown at the end of this film? M equals 1,000. Work it out. Pause it if you want to. So if M equals 1,000, we know that we've got MM, which is 2,000. We know we've got X, which is 10. And we know we've got II. So XII is 12. So 2,000, which is what we've got here, and 12. Add 12. The year is 2012. Now, it can be a little bit confusing because there's no 0 placeholders like there would be when we were writing numbers here. So if we were to here, this is our 0 placeholder. That's not going to happen in Roman numerals. You have to split it up. So you have to be able to partition it, which is why it's another useful skill. So you have to be able to split that down the middle and go, well, this is the first one to show me the 2000. And then this is the next number to show me the 12. Okay? You have a go. See if you can identify those years. Remember to split it up. Remember where it links. Unpause, freeze the screen and unfreeze when you're ready. Okay, let's go through the answers. So MCMII is 1902. So let's just do the splitting up to show how we did it. So MCM, that's all about the thousands. We've got 1,000 and 1 before 2,000. That makes that 1900. And then II is 2. MMXX is 2020. MCMXCV is 1995. MM on its own is 2000. MMXIV is 2014. And MMXXII is 2022. You can see the pattern there for the twos. 2022. Okay, if it was going to be the year 2000, if I was going to make it the year 2222, what would I have? It's quite a nice pattern here. I'd have MMCCXXII. Quite cool. Right. Okay, have a go at these Roman numeral questions. And when you're done, unfreeze the screen and we'll go through the answers. Okay, let's have a look at the answers then. So the year that was, the month that was shown was May and the year was 1986. This, and I'll move my face out of the way, is what they link to. So D, this was quite a nice one, D minus XXX. So let's look at that number. So D, what was D? D was 500. Ooh. So 500, take away XXX, which is 30, would give you 470. Let's check we're happy with that. So 1 before 500, 400, LXX is 70. Fabulous. So it would have helped with that one to convert the numbers to maybe help you with that. So that's how they link up. Amir was correct. What was the question? Amir is correct that 520 in Roman numerals was DXX. Let's just check that we're happy with that. So D is 500. Okay. And XX is 20. So 520, we've got 520. I agree with that. And Dora has written VC differently from 500. So 500 has its own Roman numeral, which is the key thing here, and it's often one that's forgotten. So VC would be 500 because it's saying that 5 and 100. Not how that works. It has its own symbol. Okay, D equals 500. This is often the one that people forget. So remember that one. Right, challenge question. Okay, you need to complete the addition pyramids. So the numbers below, so these two numbers here, you've got to convert them, add up to make this number. And then these two numbers here would add up to make this number, and these two make up this number. Give it a go if you can. If you're feeling a little bit stuck with Roman numerals and want to go back and do some of the earlier ones and creating numbers, that's fine. But have a go at the challenge if you feel up to it. Unpause the video when you're ready. Okay, and here are the answers. Oh, fill that out and see if we can have a go. Let's just have a see if we can work out what this top number was. So CD, so 1 before 500 would be 400. L is 50. LXX would be 470. Is that right? I can check. Can we check? Let's see what this number here is. So CX is 100. XXX is 30. 133. CCC is 300. XXX is 30. And VII is 7. So if I did 337 add 133, I should get 470. So 10, 6, 7, fabulous. Yes. So that is right there. Okay. Well done. That is it for tonight. That's it for now. That's the end of this series of videos. Thank you so much for working with me. It's been great. I would love to know how you've done. I'd love to get to know you. If you ever see me in and about your school, please say hi. I'd love to meet you. Well done for working so hard. Go back and do any of the videos again if you get stuck or if you want to go through things. Keep working hard, keep being amazing, and keep learning. Lovely to see you. Bye.